Hey folks, today we are taking a look at Transformers Fall of Cybertron Soundwave with included Laserbeak. Now I did pick this up at my local Toys R Us. The box is a little bit weird and it's got an entire corner cut off here on the bottom. I don't know why it's on the bottom and not maybe up here on the top. But taking a look at the box, it's okay, it's nice, it's fine, I guess. Unfortunately, my TRU did not have the Ratbat, Rumble Frenzy, and Ravage sets. I wish they did, but they didn't. Overall, the box isn't too bad. Box is fine. The back of the box looks pretty good. It's got all the different designs and everything, and strength, intelligence, speed, rank, yada yada yada. I have to argue, I think the rank is a little low. I thought he was higher than that. And courage? Soundwave's actually pretty courageous. It's incredibly intelligent, yes, but I would think he's pretty courageous. Whatever. Alright, let's open them up and take a look. The first of the duo that we're going to look at is Laserbeak here in his bird mode. Now, I do like this little guy. I think he looks pretty cool, but the whole cylindrical wings and the utter lack of paint schemes on the head of Laserbeak really does put a damper on the overall enjoyability of this little guy. There's nothing wrong with it by any means, but I would love some more paint. Just a little bit more paint would be nice. His transformation is very, very simple. Sorry, I just got a text. First, what we're going to do is I like to grab the sides here and then take the head and push it into the body. That flips the wings around. Take the tail such that it snaps into place. Well, it doesn't really snap, but you close up the tail and then close the wings in and get them to snap into place. And there we go. It's his little data disk. Now to transform him, he is spring-loaded, so you want to hit the button right here on his belly, or the back of the disk. And there we go. He is transformed, albeit upside down. Now when I've done this before, if I've dropped it and he transforms, he'll land like this. It's very, very strange, very odd. It's not bad, mind you, but it's just a little weird, and it is a little finicky. There we go. See? Not the best implementation of Laserbeak, but not an awful one either. I don't know if this is better than the little, the hexagon storage makeup case that Laserbeak was in Transformers Galaxy Force, or Cybertron. But it's weird that Laserbeak is getting relegated to these weird little packages. Well, technically, he was a weird little audio package back in the day. The Soundwave figure himself is actually pretty cool looking. I like the overall look of this figure. It's a little bit difficult to tell if he's been mistransformed, though, because at two different points during the directions, he's got his leg bits pointing in different directions, which is just odd. But overall, the robot mode is quite nice looking. It's not bad at all, really. Posability is pretty good as well. His shoulders do have a swivel here, and they do have back and forth movement. There is a little bit of an issue with them coming detached at this hinge, but it's manageable. There's a swivel underneath the shoulder, and then an in and out movement for the transformation. Elbow is on a plastic ratchet, and it's got plenty of articulation, and the fists can move in and out and rotate. There is no torso articulation, but the legs are on double swivels, so you've got the swivel for forward and back and in and out. Then you've got a swivel just above the knee, and then you've got ratchets at the knee. And then his feet do have a swivel for the transformation, and that's about it. But you can get some decent poses off of this guy, which I am impressed with. And like I said, I like this robot mode. It works. It is a little bit bulky, especially when you view it from the side, but it works. Now, size comparison-wise, here's Soundwave with Transformers Prime Megatron. I find it funny that Soundwave is bigger than this Megatron. I find that absolutely ridiculous. Okay, not ridiculous, I just find it a little funny. So he does, or he can, you can rest Laserbeak on his arm, but not really. I haven't found a place for you to actually peg Laserbeak into the figure anywhere. And even on the box shows him... sorry, I got another text. The box shows him that Laserbeak's sitting on top, but they're on top of his shoulder, but there's no where to peg him in. I mean, you really can't... There's no peg hole. for his little peg. I guess you can maybe balance him, or maybe it was just a very good Photoshop. So the next thing we're going to talk about is his gimmick, and that is the disc launching gimmick. And I use the word launching very loosely. His chest does open up, come on, like that. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. His chest opens up with the push of a button. Now you see, it doesn't look like there's any room to put a disc there, but you actually push this back, and what it does is it extends this section out of his back. So there's room in here for about easily two discs, maybe three. So we'll put Laserbeak in his disc form, like so, and then we'll get him in there. And it is a tight fit. It does not go in loosely. So push him all the way back, and as you can see, easily two discs will fit in here. So we got the discs in there, and now we could just push this till it stops gently where the disc should be up front. So if we open them up, yep, disc is up front. Now you're supposed to be able to just push the disc out using this back panel. So push it, and it kind of launches out, and that's about as much of the transformation as we ended up with. So just drop it, and there you go. I like the fact that you can store the discs in robot mode. I really do appreciate that, but that launching gimmick is just dumb. Transformation for this guy is significantly more complex than I initially thought. To start off with, we'll take the hands and rotate them so that the thumbs are pointing skyward. Oh, before we get into the transformation, the one thing I forgot to mention is his shoulder cannon can clip off, and he can hold his shoulder cannon with no problem. So we'll take the shoulder cannon and put it off to the side. So take his hands and make them have the thumbs pointing out, and then just fold the hands up into the forearms like that. Next, take this back panel part and pull it all the way out, and then lift or take his arms and point them so that they are pointing straight back. And you want to turn the fists so they're pointing towards the sky. Then open up the side sections like that. Take the front panel and it will wiggle off, or just wiggle out of the way. So you want to wiggle it up like that. Next, take the arms and fold them up over the head. And, fold them down and snap them into place. See, there's a peg here, and you fold it down and then flip it and peg it into place there. And then you fold those shoulder panels over the robot head like that. And then this will fold up and just kind of rest there. Next, we will reach underneath the arms and take the wheels and flip them forward like that. Then take what were the forearms, and they will fold up and under the rest of the arm. So they are sitting right behind the front wheels. Next, go to the back panel and unhinge part of the back panel, slide it out, and then flip it all the way around like that. From this point, what we're going to do is take this back panel piece that we've got hanging down and actually rotate it completely around such that it fits on top of the vehicle mode. Then we'll take the legs, and you want to have it such that it can slide like this, because you should be able to launch the discs from this mode as well. So for the legs, what we'll do is take the wheels and rotate them so that the wheels are pointing up towards the body, and then take the entire rear section and unhinge it like that, or unpeg the entire crotch section and fold it along the back of the figure. At the same time, making sure the legs are pointing straight back like that. And then fold the legs up and then snap them into place. So those panels that we pointed towards the sky, you'll just fold the legs up, and those panels will connect to what are the elbow joints. Now, I just did that, and I kind of goofed, because what you're supposed to do is fold the feet forward. And you can either fold the feet forward before, or you could push the top part forward and then fold the feet up onto the back of the vehicle mode and then slide it back. And here we have the vehicle mode. Now, I will be the first to tell you that this vehicle mode looks weird. It kind of looks like the evil soccer mom's SUV or minivan of doom. Either that or the world's most fearsome lawnmower. Now, you can deploy his cannon in this mode. You could just put it up top. And you can also use Laserbeak in this mode, which I'll show you in a second. Overall, the vehicle mode is... it's okay. It's Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. I mean, it's by no means perfect, but it looks okay. It just, I don't know, it's not as cool as the robot mode for me. There's nothing wrong with it, and I do appreciate the fact that everything comes together nicely and there's no kibble. I really do appreciate that. But it's just lacking that wow factor, if you know what I mean. Other than that, it's fine. So, in this mode, you can... Oh, the one thing I don't like, the one thing I really don't like is this front panel just comes unhinged very easily, or unpegged from the top up here. But I guess that's to be expected. So if you return it to its original position and then you push the button, which is still easily accessible, you can load up a disc in front here. Get in there, you stupid bird. Okay, so we've loaded up the disc, and then pushing on this red bit right here, you can push the disc forward, and then push the button, and you can deploy the disc. Maybe, sort of. There we go. Some reassembly is required. Give me a second here. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. So, there we go. So, I do like the fact that you can store Laserbeak in the vehicle mode. The singular gun up top is a little silly. I wish there was a way to store it other than just the spot right here. It would be nice if there were other peg holes as well. The peg hole also easily holds an arms micron. As you can see, we have the Jet Viacon arms micron, and it works fine. The reason I think this belongs in your collection, or is worth picking up, is it's a unique figure. It's Soundwave, yes, but it's a kind of a reimagined Soundwave. And it works. I really think this figure works. Is it perfect? No. It's got a couple of issues. I don't think the gimmick is very well done, to be honest. I don't think the launching, ejecting gimmick is good at all, to be honest. But it's nice that they tried something different, and I give them credit for that. There's nothing wrong with giving it a good, solid try. But I will admit it works. It doesn't, and it works as in it's functional. It doesn't fall apart. It doesn't break. So I applaud them for that. Is it fun? Not really, but it definitely strikes that. It definitely does hit the G1 itch, which I do approve of. Getting the fists out of vehicle mode sometimes is a little bit of a pain, especially if you push them too far back. So again, is the figure worth it? I think so. I think it's worth the $24. Would I get more discs? If I see more of the discs, I might get them. But I don't particularly, as I said, I don't particularly care for the disc launching gimmick. But Soundwave on his own is pretty solid. The coloring is good, the articulation is good, and the overall look of the robot mode is good. Vehicle mode, it's okay. The vehicle mode is a little bit lackluster, but the robot mode, it's darn impressive, I gotta say.